Like many of you out there, Kodo and I grew up on Shrek. It's one of our favorite childhood movies. And even to this day, we both still love the movie. But man, going back and watching it again through the eyes of an adult was a really sobering experience for both of us.
Yes, very much so.
And we certainly still find the movie entertaining, but it is very clear that Shrek is inarguably subversive in ways that we just didn't realize when we were young.
And after watching Shrek again, I came to the realization that Farquad was like totally right and totally justified in just about everything that he did.
And I think a big part of it is, regardless of the actual actions he made, the film paints him as bad. As a kid or a less discerning adult, you're not even paying attention to what he actually did or the motivation behind it. It's just, oh, the music came on to tell you he's bad. Oh, we know he's the villain.
Right. The framing is the issue here. And so to that end,
dude,
also, I think it's not only the framing, it's the John Lithgow voice. Like John Lithgow deliberately played him with like a bad guy voice.
Yeah.
Like his intonations, his dialogue. It's like they absolutely use that to paint him as the bad guy, to be sure, on top of everything else.
That's hilarious. Like thinking about it like as an adult.
My alerts.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay.
I was gonna say, like,
we'll get into it though. I think they're gonna get into it. Yeah.
I'm really curious to know what it is that they're gonna say about that.
It's I to my understanding, I haven't seen it, but from like the overall that I got, like listening to like the overview, it has to do with like border security and people in the city that were doing nothing and being a drain on resources, I think.
The main point that I want to make to you is that in this movie, Farquad is painted as the villain, but he is absolutely right. Farquad is the only character with any selfless motivation in the entire movie. Because one of the things you see about Farquad very quickly on is that his entire motivation is based around making Dulock, his own personal kingdom, as perfect as it can possibly be. Yet the show is constantly making fun of him or throwing ad hominems at him or attacking him when he's right. I mean, consider this. List out all the other motivations of the characters in the movie. What does Shrek want? Shrek wants to get rid of the fairy tale creatures that have invaded his home and return to his former lifestyle. That's what he wants. Donkey.
He wants borders for his swamp. It is his home. He does not wish all of the other fairy tale characters invading his home, taking his resources, taking up his space, taking up his bed. Yeah.
He wants protection from Farquad's men and to make friends and have companionship. And Fiona wants to break her curse and marry her true love. Now, none of those motivations are bad or evil at all, but all of them are fundamentally self-interested except for Farquad. Because again, what Farquad wants is order and perfection for his kingdom, and he's ultimately martyred for pursuing that noble goal.
We're going to get into it, but
there is something I do need to point out. There is one thing that I do need to point out. And that is his motivation that kind of gets Shrek involved in the adventure is he wants Fiona. Don't forget the beginning of Shrek is what are available princesses for him to marry. And it ends up he ends up choosing Fiona and then essentially subcontracts out Shrek to go rescue her. So he, so there is a bit of a selfishness there. He wants a queen. Now, you can characterize this selfishness. Other people may just characterize it as he just wants a wife, which there's nothing bad about that. It's just the way
he went about
that
it.
the movie sort of, the way the movie has him going about it is a selfish means, and he's doing it more for, what's the word I'm looking for? Political value, for lack of a better term. It's kind of like, how kingdoms would, how one kingdom would basically marry off their daughter to another kingdom in order to join the two kingdoms together. And yes, it's a way to legitimize his rule. And hi, Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Maria just rated me. Hey,
Let's
Maria,
go.
how you doing?
Okay.
Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How was stream? Okay, we may potentially get insane here. Maria, we just started this about Farquad did nothing wrong. Want to join us? If you're tired, I get it, but I will extend the offer. Do you want to join us in this? Yeah? Okay. I'll send you an invite into my office. Hang on a second. Give me 2 seconds. I will send you an invite. Hang on. Beep, 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 beep. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. Maria, I sent you an invite. Feel free to pop into the office. Chat. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. Hi.
We're doing it live.
Hello,
Pookie.
Maria. Hi.
Hello.
The Pookies are here.
How was your stream?
It was pretty good today.
How was your stream? Good.
Did you beat
Glad.
Palworld yet?
I love the way my reactive looks. I think this is the first time it's been featured on someone's stream.
Really? Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, I made it myself.
Adorables.
I picked up a pencil for
Oh,
once
it's
in my life,
beautiful.
like all the AI people told me to. I hate
Uh-huh.
it. I hate doing art, but I like the product. So
It came out beautiful. It looks lovely.
what are we watching?
Right. We are watching a video. We're only like 2 minutes in, and out of a 15.5-minute video, it's Lord Farquaad was right in
Oh.
the Shrek movie, in the first Shrek movie. And so far, we've established that basically, like Shrek and Fiona, like their whole goals in the movie were for self-preservation. Shrek wanted all of the fairy tale characters out of his swamp. Ironically, he wanted closed borders, and he wanted to choose who came into his home.
Bastard.
Fiona wanted to get married. And then Farquad was like just wanted his kingdom to be perfect. But one thing I did point out is he did have a selfish reason, which was he wanted to marry Fiona to legitimize his rule over the kingdom. So So Farquad does actually have his own selfish reason as a motivation for the movie.
So this is like 2026 version of Neo-Gastonism.
Oh, goodness.
Because Gaston was completely right, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
No, another one.
Which Gaston are we referring to?
The Beauty and the Beast Gaston.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I just wanted to be clear. I wasn't sure if you were thinking of a different Gaston. And yes, Gaston, it was. See, Gaston just he wanted Belle to be his wife because it was the proper thing to do. She was the most beautiful in the village. And of course, he wanted the most beautiful in the village because he was the most handsome. It was more just that was purely selfish reasons. Whereas with Farquaad, it's kind of selfish, but at the same time, it's legitimizing his rule in his kingdom. So yeah, in context, in that respect, it does make sense why he would want a queen because that was done by all rulers during the medieval period. It's just he chose Fiona. So while it is it is a selfish reason, it's an understandable selfish reason why he would want to, choose Fiona because she was beautiful and have her rule beside him and to legitimize his legitimize his role. So it's selfish, but it's one that it's a selfishness that in context is understandable.
But the movie paints Farquaad as super selfish for wanting a princess, but we get a clear indication he is doing it to legitimize his title as king for the betterment of Dulock.
Right. And also, I don't know, in order to keep a kingdom going, you kind of need an heir, huh?
Yeah, that's a bit important.
Very sensible sequence of events and things that Farquaad does. All of it makes sense. But oh man, the writers desperately want you to hate Farquaad. And you see this almost instantly because they introduce him to you in a scene where he's torturing the gingerbread man. Now, if you ignore a lot of the context surrounding this, you could believe that he's a bad guy. He tells you what he's doing and why he's doing it. The only reason he is torturing the gingerbread man is to find out where the rest of the fairy tale creatures are.
Gingy was actually a domestic terrorist all along.
The reason why he wants them gone is because they are ruining.
Well, he's got his older brother that just completely wrecked Far, Far Away. I mean,
true. He's family of a domestic terrorist.
Yes, exactly. In the sequel, he gets his brother who is Godzilla-sized, who then rampages through Far, Far Away, destroys public infrastructure, all in service of getting another domestic terrorist into the castle so he can groom the princess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason why he wants them gone is because they are ruining his perfect society and, to quote him, poisoning his perfect world. Now that sounds harsh, but when you look at the things they're doing and how much of a nuisance they make themselves, all this makes perfect sense, even if his methods aren't ideal. but also consider what he could have done. Farquad could have resorted to more extreme methods like enslavement or even exterminatus, but instead, this dude opts peacefully to relocate these guys, at great detriment to himself.
Some may question you have the right to destroy
To
10 billion
relocate them.
people.
rather than just send them on their way or exterminate them.
Right. That clearly took resources and effort. Now,
Well, also another thing to point out is all of the fairy tale creatures, like they weren't doing anything for the city. Like they're in the city and there's nothing to indicate that they did anything for the betterment of the city. They were just hanging out, using up the resources and just causing a problem.
They weren't paying their
At no point
taxes.
during any
Paid taxes? No.
no, they didn't pay. They didn't pay taxes. They didn't contribute to the betterment of the kingdom. They used up resources for the kingdom: food, water, shelter, etc. Who knows how many people they put out of their homes? They created problematic nuisances throughout. Like God knows how much street grind they caused by
They're
just
eating the
being
cats.
them
They're
and just
eating the
running around
dogs.
being crazy. Yes, I mean there was the wolf. They had the wolf grab. They had the wolf grandma.
The wolf was
Like how many
eating the
cats? Yes, how many cats did the wolf grandma eat? How many, like the fairy godmothers? Like how many things, how much personal property did they just change into new stuff just willy-nilly because whippity
Property
boppity
damage.
they were being a nuisance. They were creating disharmony throughout the kingdom and contributing nothing to the kingdom and its betterment. Yeah, the three bears.
Someone said that they
and turned into a floor rug.
They said someone disagrees in chat. He said that Lord Farquaad was the one who sent all those illegals to Shrek's camp. The magical creatures are citizens of his kingdom, and he kind of just made them someone else's problem.
Right. Well, okay, first and foremost, they were not magical citizens of his kingdom because he wanted them out. They did the kingdom was for humans only, not for magical creatures. So he deported the magical creatures. He got them out, had the wall.
I mean, he has to think of his kingdom first. He doesn't have to care about Shrek's swamp.
Yes.
Just get him out of his kingdom.
Yes.
Kingdom first.
Exactly.
America
and then,
first.
And by the way, and did he send them to Shrek's swamp, or did they just make their way to Shrek's swamp?
Yeah,
I think he just
by
booted them out of the kingdom.
Was that
He just booted them out of the kingdom and into the forest, and then he put them out into the forest, and then once they were in the forest, I think they made their way to Shrek's swamp. So I don't think he actually sent them directly to Shrek's swamp. He just put them out into the magical forest, which is sizable. They could have created their own homes, but instead they all made their way to Shrek's swamp and then took over Shrek's swamp, where he also wanted them out because they were invading his home.
That's wild, dude.
People in chat are saying that he killed and skinned Mama Bear.
No.
I don't know this,
I
but
think there was
a drug lord. She was a drug lord. Something had to be done about her. There was something in that porridge.
She was
Oh my gosh.
Exactly. She was peddling that. She was peddling that too cold porridge.
Her bed was so soft because it was filled with powdered cocaine.
Dude, I feel like I just woke up and walked into Crazyville talking to you two right now about this. I'm like, are we watching the same movie? Or
Maybe you just need to get more autism to be on our level.
Exactly. Yeah, you need to buff up your autism levels and get on our level there, dear.
Yeah, you need to take more Tylenol and get
No,
more
I'm just gonna get more Bovid vaccines. Hold on. Bovid, where are you?
Yeah, get a booster shot.
Yeah, I'll take 10 booster shots and
get 3.
Destroy all
get
my
3. You want to be sure.
Destroy all my gametes, have no children, sterilize myself, you're right.
Only exception that you could point to and say, okay, Farquad's out of line for doing this. This is wrong. The only exception is he kills the mama bear, which he uses to make a rug. And
That's crazy.
That feels forced and out of character for Farquad, but even so, I'm still willing to say that he deserved to spoil himself for a job well done. Look at how clean Dulock is.
That's true.
Oh no, you did. Oh, you'd never see California this clean.
Exactly.
You never Los Angeles would never be this clean. New York would never be this clean. Never. And look at everything is harmonious. It's peaceful.
He's putting those public taxes to use.
Yeah, he's doing beautification. Look at those gorgeous trees. Look, you've got the floral.
He's got flowers in the shape of his face.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking
Chad
about.
behavior.
Absolutely. Oh,
no
yes,
potholes.
absolutely. And does he not deserve it? Does he not deserve for beautifying the city so wonderfully?
He
Just
deserves
a little bit of praise.
Good
Deserve
ruler.
this.
Yeah, if the cost is that he killed a bear, what are we talking about? But on top of that, if
As someone
you're
who's
gonna use
married
that
to
as
a bear,
evidence that
sometimes they
he's
deserve it.
evil For
Oh
making
my
a
gosh.
Sometimes they deserve it.
Girl, calm down. He's listening to you. He's listening to you, lady.
Let him listen.
He's probably listening and going, later maybe.
Listen, I can
Right now.
threaten to turn my husband into a rug if I want to.
Oh my gosh.
The loud haw in the background.
Are you sure?
Yikes.
Are you sure that's not what he wants?
I'm sure. Listen.
Wait,
he's put up with
wait.
the
Did I hear him just go step on me?
No, what? My lord. Amber, please.
My
Woman.
husband is fun. He's not that fun.
Oh.
What? Okay.
What?
Okay.
Oh,
I'll pause the video. I'll pause the video.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa, wait, no. Hold on. We have to explore this now. He's not that fun. Meaning you'd like him to be more fun. In this
Maria,
respect.
what
Am I
did you
correct?
do? Why did you do this? It's all your fault.
He actually has asked me to do that. It was because his back was hurting.
Good boy.
His back was hurting, and he's like,
okay,
"Step on my
I think
back."
I need,
Two
I need
things
to
can be
pause
true
this.
at the same time.
So technically, my husband has asked me to step on him. That is a
In
fact.
heels?
No, not heels. Barefoot.
Okay. I will accept barefoot.
Barefoot.
I will accept.
My feet are squishy enough to not hurt him. Listen, it makes for a
Well,
good
then
back
you're doing it
massage.
wrong. See, you when I'll let you know a little secret. Next time, try it with heels.
07 Desmo. Wait, why'd you clip
Why?
that? Who clipped that?
Why?
Wait, whose raid is that? Celestium, is that yours or is that mine?
I don't know anymore.
Yes, you're raiding someone. I don't know.
I think I fried.
Thank you, Kanu, jump for the raid. Oh my gosh. No, it wasn't you. It was the other one.
We started talking about feet and Celeste just overheated.
We started talking about feet and we also started talking about stepping on husbands. So
Yeah, it was just too much for her poor little heart.
Bless her heart. I'll hit
Chaos
play
has
now.
won. Yeah, let's continue the video
Rogue out of the bear,
before we
which
get too weird.
ostensibly would be a threat to him because he kicked them out and exiled them. But how much more evil then are Shrek and Fiona for turning a random frog and snake who are of no threat to them into balloon animals and sending them into outer space?
That's a good point.
Excellent point. Not even just turned the snake into a balloon animal. Look, he twisted the poor snake into like 5 different knots.
Yeah, that's
Or not
messed
even
up,
him.
man.
She twisted this poor snake. Like Shrek like blew up the pufferfish thing. I mean, that's
And they're
bad
both
enough. but
alive.
Fiona, look at what Fiona did. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 different twist knots. Fiona's a
released them.
psychopath.
They release them into the. They will either fall to their death or explode in the atmosphere.
Oh
That
my
is a far worse
gosh.
death than whatever happened to Mama Bear. At least her skin was intact.
Oh yes.
What is the actual
and by the way,
process
for no
of
good purpose.
dispatching a bear to make a rug out of it?
Shoot it, skin it, and then tan the hide.
For scientific purposes.
I feel like I just walked
that's
into
gotta be
Wacko
important.
World. Somebody get me out, please.
For scientific purposes, you make a bear rug by killing the bear, skinning it, and then tanning/drying the hide. And then then you dispose of the bones
They
and
did
organs.
all this torture to these poor animals while they're alive. Like you can see them blinking and stuff.
True.
That's
Yeah,
messed up,
they are.
man.
True. That's true.
PETA should be all over this movie.
I will do it in fairness. We don't know if Farquad actually killed Mama Bear before skinning her. We don't know.
I mean, that's true, but listen, those were clean cuts. She obviously wasn't writhing at the time, so I would say just
Well, it's a
because of
bear.
the
How much
skill
can a bear
level,
rive?
a whole lot. They're pretty darn strong. If a bear wants to fight you, it's gonna fight you, right? Even if it's being held down, like
True.
it's gonna move around if you're
Could have
skinning
been
it.
could have been tranquilized. Could have been tranquilized.
At that point, you just go through the effort of just killing it. You know? At that point,
Unless you're sending a message.
true.
Ugh.
Mm.
No, we don't know. We don't know.
We don't know. This is
we
all
are merely
theorizing.
speculating.
But this is 2
Yes.
animals instead of 1. So as all we
True,
know is
also
he
true.
tortured 1 animal maximum. As far as we know.
As far as
This
we
is
know,
2 on-screen
and
animals.
this is true. Very true.
Genuinely
my
have these
mommy-
things
Strong
roll
bears,
up like
yes.
balloon animals and send them into outer space. But
And
yeah,
tie him into a knot. Fiona ties the snake into a balloon animal.
they're just minding their own business.
On
At least
screen.
Farquad had the decency to kill the
No,
bear.
they
Fiona
released
said
them
he was
too.
killing
And they're-
snakes and
They
frogs.
let him go. And they're alive.
Gosh.
They're alive. You saw
could
the
see 'em
eyes blinking.
moving.
They were still alive. Yes, still alive, still moving. Just release him in the air. God knows what's going to happen to him.
They're either gonna fall to their deaths or explode in the atmosphere. Either way, terrible way to go.
The fairy tale creatures are persecuted all throughout the movie, yet they're clearly a nuisance and don't belong in Dulock. We're shown that Farquad hates them and wants them out, but we see clearly
Make
that it's
Dulock
not
great
because
again.
of some immutable characteristic that the characters have, it's because they've poisoned his perfect kingdom. And again, that phrasing is used to paint him as a bad guy. When we look at it, it is completely logical for him to want this.
Well, yeah, and Farquad doesn't state how they've poisoned the world, so it leads you to wonder. But then you look at what these fairy tale creatures do, and it's like, oh, I see how he came to that conclusion. Because whenever these fairy tale
Ted
creatures
City.
arrive at Shrek's house, you want to know the first thing they do? They invade his home, they vandalize it, they lock him out of his own
Yeah.
house. These people are a nuisance.
Yeah.
Like, I can see why he'd want them.
I mean,
They got, like, crazy
Where are there?
superpowers, too.
I have an even better question. Why didn't they just go home? None of these creatures were born in Dulock. Not one of them. They had all
Wow.
invaded Dulock and taken up residence there. They came from somewhere. Why didn't they just go home?
I mean,
Why did they invade Shrek Swamp?
with the outfit I've got today, I can send them right back.
Yeah, send them back to the
I'm
enchanted
ready to go to
forest.
tourist.
Yeah.
Send them all back to the enchanted forest, build a wall around Dulock, and make the enchanted forest pay for it.
Well,
Goodness gracious.
well, some of them come from the Enchanted Forest, but some of them had their own kingdoms. Like in the 3rd or 4th Shrek movie, Snow White is established to have her own kingdom. Why didn't they go to Snow White's kingdom? Why did they invade Shrek Swamp? They had other kingdoms and other homes they could have gone to, but they didn't. They chose instead to, number 1, invade Dulock, and then number 2, invade Shrek's Swamp after they got kicked out of Dulock.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Gone.
Now, you can call me schizo, and to be fair, this is Shrek Schizo Hour, but the more I go back and watch these kids' movies, the more I see the subtle messaging to normalize things like
Shrek
accepting
being-
outsiders, even to the detriment of your own people, like we see in this movie.
Well, you can definitely see in this movie, they want you to be afraid of authoritarians.
Hey, yo!
Oh my
Bro.
god!
Why is it
Shrek
that
with the
someone named
power.
the Feet Enjoyer just followed me on Twitch? I just. What else do you want to show me? What else do you want to do with my life? Do you want to twist it like a pretzel? Is that what you need? Like,
Oh god!
The most
Just- I
powerful
just take-
version of Shrek.
Even authoritarians that are benevolent, that are doing you good, that are
oh my
fixing your
goodness, this
society,
is wild.
even to the point of making them perfect.
Wait, what's it say? In keeping with the postmodern spirit of the last 25 years, Stieg modestly produced one of the best examples of how the fairy tale has been fractured and continually transformed, indicating its radical potential in our digital age, especially with the
lordy.
production and success of 21st century digital animated films. Okay, all right.
Shouldn't we want capable, able, courageous, strong leaders to actually fix the problems?
You can
Yes, please.
feel the postmodern undertones of this film, where individualism is so important to them that
Okay, let's see. Shrek represents the outsider, the marginalized, the other who could be of any of the oppressed minorities in America. How is Shrek an oppressed minority? He had a home he was happy in, and his home got invaded. So how is he an oppressed
He
minority?
wanted to
He had
enforce
his own
strict
swamp.
borders.
Yes, he had his own swamp. He had his own home. He did not like people invading it. He wanted them out of his home. How is he an oppressed? Yeah, he was happy. So how was he an oppressed?
He was oppressed by illegal immigrants.
It's no, he's not
Shrek
the
is
oppressed
literally
one. The
one.
person reading is oppressed, and they have to project their oppression into the character. That's what happened. That's
Absolutely. This
exactly
is
what
like-
happened.
Well,
So that image of Black Shrek was canon.
Shrek is popular.
Black Shrek is canon.
Yeah, according to this guy. According to this guy, I'm not going to say the name because if I post this on YouTube, YouTube will probably drop a tactical nuke on my forehead. But yes, that what we saw was probably correct because this author is saying that he would represent the oppressed minorities of America. And it's like, no, he kind of more represents MAGA.
He may even come from the
Let's
street
be
of
real.
the Bronx, and the humor of the tale is clearly identifiable as New York Jewish humor.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah. Bearing in mind, Shrek, if I'm not mistaken, was created from the mind of Michael Myers. I'm pretty sure Michael Myers made Shrek, like the movie. I think he may have been a writer or he was a producer. And as a reminder for this, it may have come from the streets of the Bronx. The humor is clearly identifiable as New York Jewish humor. Mike Myers is a Canadian Irish or Scottish. Mike Myers is literally a Scottish Canadian.
Yeah.
Okay.
He literally has a
Like,
Scottish accent.
identifiable
in
as-
the movie.
Well, yes, I know, because it's like it was kind of a Mike Myers insert more than anything, and it's like they're doing
Farley
this
was
because
the
Mike
original
Myers.
Shrek before he passed. Yeah, I remember that. Chris Farley was the original Shrek before he died.
You think Chris Farley was the original Shrek?
He was the
they were
original
going
voice
to cast.
actor.
Oh, they were Oh, okay, yeah, they were gonna have Chris Farley as the voice. Yes. And then he passed, and then Mike Myers came out. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're doing this. Like, you can hear the humor of the New York Jewish humor. I'm wondering if this author is projecting because Mike Myers has done like a Jewish New Yorker for a bit on SNL with Coffee Talk with Linda Richman. We're going to be doing Coffee Talk with Linda Richman. A
Coffee
peanut
Talk.
is neither a pea nor a nut. Discuss.
Man. What? I'm so lost.
I'm wondering if that's what it is. When Mike Myers was on Saturday Night Live, there was a character he did for one of the Saturday Night Live bits where he played a very Jewish Bronx woman named Linda Richman who hosted a show called Coffee Talk, and he affected a very Jewish New York accent of Linda Richman. We're going to be talking about Coffee Talk, and and like it was
That's an awfully hot
character.
coffee talk.
What?
Always incredibly hot, darling. Very, very hot indeed. Spicy even.
Celeste
Like
is just
them when
disassociating.
I've melted into the
Celeste was just
void.
like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna smile and nod and hope they don't
smile
do
and
mean things to
nod.
me.
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Yes.
Even if the society is literally perfect, it's still not enough because one guy has too much control. Because we see that after Shrek completes Farquaad's quest and delivers Fiona back to him, Farquad honors his deal with Shrek despite having no reason to hold up his end of the bargain. Because we've seen he doesn't like fairy tale creatures, yet he is still honorable enough to relocate them, again, at the cost of his own manpower and resources to do so. And on top of that, we're going to see later, it is totally logical for him to take out this ogre, but yet he still shows honor in not only letting him live, but keeping his end of the bargain.
Now, what's even better about this is it appears as though Farquad has been successful and has made Dulock a truly perfect place. And that's evidenced by the fact that the city is pristine. It's clean, it's orderly, it's safe, it's prosperous. You don't have fent zombies running around everywhere.
Yeah.
And even Shrek himself acknowledges this near the end
if you look at the cities from the other movie, Far, Far Away, like it's got like crime. It's got crime.
It does.
This is an objectively nicer city in this universe.
Well, it's got a full Far Far Away even has a full underground and and it has like political divide. It has what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, you got the
it's got
tavern
like
filled with,
political
like, criminals.
espionage. Yeah,
Yeah. You got
you've
assassins
got
for
that
hire.
area.
This thing got none of that.
It's got a full blown mob underworld, and Dulock doesn't have any of that into it. None of it.
No, it's pretty pristine.
No, Farquad's been doing an amazing job.
First of all, very clean.
And what's funny is the mirror that Farquad brings in, whenever Farquad says, mirror, mirror on the wall, is this not the most perfect kingdom of them all? The mirror doesn't say, you know what, this kingdom actually sucks. The mirror says, well, yeah, it's fine, you're just not a king. He doesn't reject the claim that Dulock is perfect. He doesn't. He only rejects the claim that Farquad's a king. So naturally, Farquad, to write this, sets off to seek a queen. To, again, as we talked about before, cement his legitimacy as king and presumably produce an heir to keep it going. But add on top of Farquad's
He would also
virtues,
unite his
the fact
nation
that
with Fiona's parents.
Yeah, well,
So
that's
he
what
would
I,
be
that's what I was saying
expanding.
earlier. That's what I was talking about earlier, where he was making it's a quote unquote selfish choice to choose Fiona because he wants it, he wants to legitimize his kingdom. But at the same time, yeah, it was a commonplace thing in medieval times for daughters to be married off to another kingdom to unite the kingdoms and make them stronger. So it was for personal reasons, but it was legitimate personal reasons. It was understandable personal reasons, given that we are talking about a medieval setting.
I'm fairly certain that Fiona's parents are the king and queen of Far, Far Away. So maybe he just wanted to expand and improve that kingdom too.
It's the one problem with the thought process. Well, you are correct. It's like it makes perfect sense that he would do that specifically to try and join their two kingdoms together and make them stronger. It was never mentioned in the movie. Like I think they kind of came up with that for the sequel.
No, he just
as
loves
a plot
redheads.
sequel.
Valid. Redheads are awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, Don is in my kick chat. What's up, Mr. Don? Thank you for your amazing, definitely not in my trauma list at all video. Thank you so much.
Wait, is Don in the chat? Is Don in the chat?
He's in my kick chat, yeah, apparently. Welcome in. He is. That was hilarious,
Don.
by the way. Hello.
Hi, Don.
Thank you for the follow. Let me give you a follow back.
It was horrifically beautiful. It was.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Is very clearly a clever dude. At the beginning of the movie, whenever the tournament scene is happening and Shrek barges in, Farquad then says whoever kills the ogre will have the honor of going on the quest for me. But as Shrek destroys all of his men, Farquad then says, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send Shrek out on this quest to rescue Fiona instead of sending one of his own men.
And honestly, the very fact that they're having a tournament to determine this kind of tells you they live in complete peace and have security, because typically in times of peace, they have these tournaments to keep the soldiers sharp because they're not out fighting.
Also keep in mind, the villagers were insanely entertained by this.
Gosh.
Like, not only is he providing safety and security, but also entertainment. Come on now. Farquad's problem is that he had no way of knowing that he would also end up being a...
This is wild,
I got it. I gotta say,
couple.
Fiona, I mean, Celestium, I'm sure you can relate here. Fiona got a dump truck on her. She's got the full bakery going on right now. And
my chat can't see her. Hold on. Let me show chat. Chat, here you go.
Celestium, is this accurate?
Like, Fiona has got the full bakery and she's got legs for days. She is working those heels. She is she's making those high heel ankle boots work.
I think that not only did I lose my brain cells, I think my whole body melted into the ether. I think that's what happened just now. Oh my gosh.
Keep your husband away from the screen, or you might lose it next to Fiona's giant bakery.
I have no comment to make. I have no comments to make. All I have to say is, guys, get yourself a Latina, so your life can be ruined, but it's worth it in the end.
It'll ruin your life, but you'll have fun doing it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, you're good. You'll ruin your life, but it'll be a glorious ruining of the life.
Slam pig for Green Kings.
Abuse.
Truly, his only crime is being born 5'11".
Even the writers
5
Okay,
foot
extra
11.
points out.
So
Sorry.
troll.
5'11", my ass. As a short stack myself, he is no taller than 5'2".
Wait,
I'm
how tall are
sorry.
you, Ember? Ember, how tall are you?
On a good day, 5'3".
I'm 5'2".
I'm 5'2". Well,
Like,
I guess we're all short.
That's why I said on a good day. That's
Short
why I
club.
said on a really good day, if my hair's cooperating, gives me that extra inch.
Oh my gosh, we're all short. This is crazy. Isn't
Yeah,
Leaf
it's
shorter
split
than
in my
us or
heart.
something?
You know what? I have no problem being short. I've been short all my life. I am perfectly fine being 5'2". Perfectly fine.
I think
You're
another
6'2"
thing
in my
that's
heart.
going against Farquad is his proportions. Like, bro's head is bigger than his body.
As the resident short queens, I think we can all agree he ain't 5'11".
Yeah, not
No
even
shot
close.
is he 5'11".
Not
I think
even
this
close.
image is just a joke.
His eyes are breast height. He is 5'2".
At least he's got a good view.
Oh my gosh!
Exactly.
Help me!
He's perfect. He is the perfect height in this instance. Even if Fiona was a bit smaller and was like 5'9", he's still perfect boob height.
The bleach will, in fact, be had.
We're gonna melt
Hold
Celeste's
Like he
brain.
doesn't even have to go on his tiptoes to do a motorboat. Yes, chat. Yes, Beans. My goal is to give Celestium nightmares tonight.
I'd rather you give me a heart attack at this point. Honestly, I'd rather you just give me a heart attack. No,
of this, no, a woman would rather choose an ogre than a short guy.
People may counter what we're saying by saying, oh, well, Farquad's an egomaniac. But I would say, given the circumstances, is that not warranted? Like, if Trump deported all the illegals, cleaned up all the major cities, and
Galactic
got rid of the
Emperor
zombies,
Trump.
I would happily worship him as the
Deport
god emperor of
everybody.
mankind. I wish Trump were like Farquad.
Yes.
Okay. In fairness, he would need to fight Phoenix for that title. I think Phoenix has already laid claim to the God Emperor title, so he'd have to fight Phoenix for that. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
No. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Phoenix from Side Scrollers.
Oh, yeah, Phoenix. Happy birthday, Phoenix. Yay.
No, Phoenix from Side Scrollers. He has the joke of he is the God Emperor Phoenix. Or yeah, God King Emperor Phoenix. Sorry. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Phoenix is the God King Emperor. So he'd have to fight Phoenix for the title.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny, dude.
Barak, thank you for the sub on Cake. Thank you.
What?
Yes,
Well,
go
Farquad's
sub.
not on the Epstein list, so you can start there.
Farquad is not on the Epstein list.
Insulting.
What's that? What'd you say, Maria?
Farquad is not on the Epstein list, confirmed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, certainly. He's far too proper
Farquad would
for
never.
that. Farquad would not need to.
Exactly.
That a man who did so much good for the town of Dulock died so unceremoniously. Like, after Donkey rides in and has Dragon eat Farquad, the villagers even clap at Donkey's joke about Farquad's death. This is so jarring when you consider that, based on the little we see of Dulock, it genuinely seems like poverty and crime doesn't exist here. The one wide shot we see of the city outside of the church paints this city as pristine. It looks like an amazing place to live.
By the way, also keep in mind that in the Shrek Halloween special, we see Dulock again after Farquad is dead, and it's genuinely become a haunted ghost town. This man was single-handedly holding up this city, and Shrek ruined it by calling the dragon in here to eat him.
Now, since the film obviously paints...
Well, not
he literally
Shrek.
got murked
Donkey
by a fairy
dragon.
tale creature. He was completely right.
Yeah, in the end, yeah, like when Dulock basically put Shrek at sore point is because Shrek was trying to stop his wedding, and Fiona chose, despite regardless of her rationale, Fiona chose to be with Farquad, which again, that was for selfish reasons. Bearing in mind, Fiona chose to marry Farquad for purely selfish reasons. Why? Because she didn't want to look like an ogre. That was her curse. Every night she turned into an ogre. The only way she could break the curse is by marrying, but like the person that she married is she would, when she gets married, the person whom she married, or the person she fell in love with, or however the story was, she would retain that form with the person that she fell in love with. And so she chose to go with Farquad. Why? Like even after she had supposedly developed feelings towards Shrek, she still left Shrek to go be with Farquad. Why? Because she didn't want to look like an ogre. She wanted to maintain her beauty as a human woman. And so she made that choice. And then Shrek busts in to try and bust up the wedding. And so Farquad puts him at sword point, like justifiably, because he busted in to ruin his wedding to Fiona and destroy everything that he had worked for. Like perfectly understandable. And then Donkey flies in on Dragon, and Dragon eats Farquad, and then like the Halloween special years later, they go back to Dulock, and Dulock is basically just apocalyptic. It is in shambles because they didn't have a leader anymore. Sure, like what's your name? No, I'm stumbling over my tongue here. It's Dulock was not Fiona's home. It was not Fiona's kingdom. Because in fact, at the conclusion, she goes off to live with Shrek in the swamp, and they leave the entire kingdom of Dulock leaderless. Like there was no other
there was no one to replace him.
They didn't even. There's no royalty in Dulock. Yeah, and so by the actions of Shrek and Donkey and the dragon, which that's a whole different thing about the two of them doing it. They literally destroyed the kingdom of Dulock by doing what they did, because they took out Farquad. There were no royal heirs. There wasn't even like a brother or cousin that could come and step in.
At the very least, displaced a whole population of people, a whole kingdom. I'm sure some died. Some people died.
Yeah, undoubtedly. And it's like they didn't care. It was not like Dulock was Fiona's kingdom. It wasn't like her family's kingdom. It wasn't like she lived there. That was just where she was brought to.
Fiona was royalty. She could have taken over. She just decided not to. Screw all those people.
For medieval period of time, if we're looking strictly at medieval, as a woman, she probably would not have been able to, because she was a princess. She wouldn't have had the authority to. It would have had to have been taken over by her father.
Royalty? I mean, there have been queen rulers before.
No, because it would make him a lord or a duke. It wouldn't make him a king. It would just make him a lord or a duke. If we're looking at medieval rankings, him marrying Fiona as a princess would make him a lord or duke, but it would not give him any royal authority over anything. He would be a lord or a duke of far, far away, because she was still princess of far, far away. She was not queen. So there would be no royal authority that he would have unless Fiona's father basically took over Dulock, and like her father basically led a force to Dulock and took over Dulock and made it a part of the far, far away kingdom. And then at that point, then the king could have installed Shrek and Fiona as the rulers of Dulock under his authority as king. That's
Prince Consort.
That's kind of the only way. Prince Consort, sure, okay, that'll work. Yeah, Prince Consort. That would be the only way it would work in terms of could Fiona and Shrek have taken over Dulock?
Either way, I feel like they could have made it work if they wanted
steps necessary. Yeah, like they could have. Like it's if they really want to, like they could have even just done a Deus Ex Machina, and like Fiona's like, I'm a princess, you're now my consort, and we're declaring ourselves rulers of Dulock, and they could have just Deus Ex Machina.
And then they just conquered his entire kingdom.
Okay, sure.
They killed the dude. What would stop them from going, hey, we rule over this place now, and we have a big dragon to tell you to do what we say?
Yes, they could have absolutely done that. Yeah, and if they'd done that, except they wanted to maintain the thing of Shrek loves living in his swamp. He still wanted to just go live in his swamp, so they abdicated any rule over Dulock and left it leaderless and rudderless, and it fell into complete disrepair, decay, and squalor.
This by that one person's article is a Jewish story, by the way.
Shocking. Shocking that they recognize the New York Jewish humor.
Anyways, let's play the video.
By calling the dragon in here to eat him.
Now, since the film obviously paints Farquad as the villain and Shrek as the hero, let's contrast the actions of
Oh, wait, we have to look at this. Virgin Shrek. Ogres have layers. Refuses to elaborate. He never does, by the way. He never elaborates further on the whole ogres' layers. Ruins everything and gets rewarded. Destroys civilization. 2 dads.
What was that part of?
Did the world explode again?
No, but we had a very in-depth discussion on why Fiona could not have taken over, with the Dulock situation of, Fiona could have never took it over and left it rudderless and leaderless. But 2 dads, did it ever come out in the Shrek movies that he had 2 dads? I don't remember that.
I don't think so. If my Shrek knowledge is right.
Yeah. Lives in a filthy swamp. Fat wife.
Dude.
In fairness, she's not fat. She's very robust.
She's chunky. It's okay.
It's not fat. It's power.
She's big boned.
It's not fat. It's power.
She got big bone.
Copes and seeds about being rightly profiled. Peas sitting down. I don't know if we've ever established that, honestly. I do not know if the movie's ever established that he pees sitting down. So, and eats people, which Celestium is short-circuiting, chat. You need chat. Celestium is short-circuiting. There's only one way to restart her brain. There's only one way to restart her brain, chat. You need to throw all sorts of gifts and subs at her.
Isn't gay. Just is not gay.
Yeah, I know.
Gifts and subs. I think you're gonna have to send me to the loony bin after this one, Chad.
No. Fire all the subs. Fire all the biddies. That will that we can. If we can do that, we can restart Celestium's brain. I'm telling you, it is science. Okay, all the subs, all the bits.
She blinded me with science.
This has been peer-reviewed science. It will work if you give
double
blind subs right now.
She blinded me with science. Anyway.
Chad Farquaad becomes king without a wife. True. Hates minorities.
Based. Anyway, let me stop.
No fat chicks. Based. Build civilization, appropriate number of dads. I don't know where the heck they're getting the dads thing from, honestly. Benevolent dictator. True story there. Actually, I would classify him as a benevolent-ish dictator, but that's neither here nor there. Sigma jawline. Isn't gay. Deports illegals.
Make Dulock great again.
Focuses on legacy rather than personal gratification. Make Dulock great again. Absolutely.
Of these two, and it'll become abundantly clear who the real hero is. Shrek throughout this film is almost exclusively self-interested. His primary motivation is reclaiming his home for himself, and as we said before, there's nothing wrong with wanting to preserve your own home, unless you're ethnically European, of course.
Let's see what we got here. Grandparents, we are not diverse enough because we're too intolerant, feel ashamed. Parents, they do the jobs we don't want to do. Now, they will pay our pensions when we are older. Immigrants who commit crime are a minority. Children, we are finally a diverse society. We are on the path towards equality. Time to bail. Grandchildren, no. Exactly. I was just gonna say that.
Racist.
I was gonna say that.
Gosh.
We are paying most of the taxes being outvoted, but we must respect the will of the majority. Very communist. And then for great-grandchildren, the path we're taking, at least I didn't get called a racist while the minority is slitting his throat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Honestly, we're kind of, I hate to say it, we're already at this bottom part here for the great-great-grandchildren. We are already at this bottom part. We have heard so many stories about people that, women that don't file charges against their sexual assaulters because they don't want to be viewed as being racist. There's
the one lady where her boyfriend got stabbed in the middle of the street, and she won't give the police any information because the dude who did it was that one I hadn't heard about. Melanin inclined.
Was that
of the melanin persuasion?
That one I hadn't heard about. There was another one that I heard about where a criminal individual killed a woman's son, and then because she didn't want to be seen as a hating on minorities, she actually the killer got off in the court, was released in court, and this woman actually took this killer into her home. Like, I don't want to be thought of as minority.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for him doing the whole
and then she got
suicidal paternity, basically. And then she got killed by the same person. That same person then
Your
killed her
Lord
in her
have
own home.
mercy,
Yeah.
dude.
Like, we are already at this bottom section.
The self-preservation skills of a skittle.
Where it's a combo platter of suicidal and homicidal empathy. And we are already there. We are already seeing it in way too high of a map.
Farquad is portrayed as being evil for exiling the fairy tale creatures, but Shrek literally says once he delivers Fiona back to Farquad, he's going to build a wall around his swamp. It's funny that people get...
It's gonna be a big and beautiful wall.
Trump,
It's
where is my...
fantastic. Everybody says so.
Trump, where is my wall? I want my wall now. I will gladly join ICE. With my pink little VTuber. We could do like an AR thing where someone's grabbing a phone and we're out there in the trenches, and I'm here with my new outfit.
Anime mascot.
For real, dude. Like,
you go.
ICE hit me up, bro.
Every good
sponsorship.
agency needs a good anime mascot.
Wait, but you guys saw my hands the other day. I am a person of color. I've got melanin in my skin. I'm perfect for the job.
You are melanin inclined.
Melanin inclined.
There you go.
There you go.
You're melanin inclined, which would you got the bakery to entertain the troops.
I'm friends with like a hilarious amount of Hispanics.
Hi, I'm
It's
Hispanic.
at least half.
I am in
least
fact
half.
Hispanic. I make him panic.
Wait,
He doesn't know if I'm gonna...
you have friends?
Huh?
You have
Not
friends?
at all.
I think so.
Well, what's that like?
It's hard.
What?
I have to like remember their names and stuff and what they like. I'm not suited for it.
Look, Ember, I can be your token friend, your melanin inclined token friend.
Oh yay, chat! I have a token melanin inclined friend.
Yeah,
that
she can
means
give us
I
the
can
bean
say
pass.
slurs.
Give us the bean pass.
The bean pass?
Do we have the bean pass?
What do I look like, Mexican?
Do we have
I'm
the bean
Mexican.
pass?
Yeah.
Look, I'm not Mexican, bro. I don't even know what Dominican people say. You got whatever pass you want.
Wait, you're not all
Heck, take all of
Mexican?
them. I'm going to kill you, woman. I mean, love you for the rest of my life. Editor, cut that out. Cut that part out.
I don't have a problem with the Mexicans.
Editor,
They have really good food.
leave that in.
No,
They have
editor,
really good
no.
food. I'm a real big fan of Taco Bell.
I love the Mexicans. They have great food. Absolutely wonderful food. So tasty. Everyone
That
says so.
authentic Hispanic food from Taco Bell.
Girl, what?
I love my cheesy gordita crunch. That real Hispanic food.
I want Ember to finish
Look,
this video so I
mate.
can go home and sleep. I mean, go to bed and sleep.
No,
I just want to go to bed, dude. Get me out of this timeline. I'm done.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Y yo
Yo
quiero que te
Taco Bell.
calles la boca.
Look, mate. I'll bring you both to a kitchen. Look, mate, I'll bring you to a kitchen party. We'll get some screech into you. Okay, we're gonna get some we'll get some codfish. We'll get some salt beef for you, some shepherd's pie. We'll have a great old time. I'll crack open a dozen for you. It'll be great. Bye. It'll be absolutely fantastic. Bye.
Celeste seems like she's a bit offended. Perhaps we shouldn't use the term Hispanic or Mexican. I think she would prefer Latinx or
See, now you're speaking my language. Yes, ma'am.
I thought for
that
sure you were gonna say, hang on a second, I have to go get my kitchen knife.
Speaking of kitchen knives, Maria bringing up the fact that a knife fell
What
on
are
my
you gonna
leg
do?
that
Drop
one
another one
time.
on your leg?
On my leg or my leg? Maybe you
Your
need some
leg.
help with your English. See, I'm ESL, but you, ma'am, have no excuse.
I speak fluent retardation. That's my second language.
Uh-huh.
I speak autism. I can talk about Five Nights at Freddy's more than your average
There you
person.
go. Okay, so if you speak autism, does that mean you understand XQC?
My.
Like half the time. I mean,
Oh, see,
Celeste
bye, you
can't
gotta get my
understand the
level
people
back.
that go a million miles an hour with Spanish either, I don't think. No one could do that. It's
We will
impossible. He speaks Quebec, not autism.
Oh man.
Hey, he may speak Quebecois, but you know, when a Newfie can understand the Quebecois, I'm just saying, then then the autist should be able to understand Quebecois.
Did you just say you can understand Captain Crunch?
Quebecois.
Dude, I swear I heard Captain Crunch, bro.
He's speaking
oh
French
my gosh.
now.
The people from Quebec are referred to as Quebecois.
Factory worker John, thank you for the $20 on Rumble. He said, did you know Taco Bell tried twice to franchise into Mexico? The Mexican government said no both times. That explains why there's no Taco Bell in Mexico.
Yep.
I mean, it's garbage food, so I mean, good for them, actually.
They're lost.
Okay, so Celestium, poor Celestium, I've just been informed is working off of 3 hours of sleep. So let us continue. We've only got like 5 minutes left of this video.
3 hours of sleep from who? Who said that?
I will not reveal my sources.
Woman?
I will not reveal my sources.
I will bite your ankles. I will bite your ankles, lady.
Yeah, that's the only place that you can reach.
You act like I might not like a little nibbling.
I want to cry. I'll pause the video, please. I'll pause the video, woman.
Farquaad's gonna do it, but no one cares when Shrek does it.
What's kind of funny is neither the hero nor the villain in this film wants the illegal immigrants. It's almost like all of us can agree they need to go. But ultimately, the main issue spawns from the fact that Shrek is a morally bankrupt ogre, but somehow is painted as the sympathetic hero of the movie. And the whole message of the movie is don't judge a book by its cover, which is incredibly stupid. Because the whole purpose of a cover is to inform you of what the contents of the book are. Somehow Shrek has the audacity to point the finger at others.
Okay,
as an author, I must disagree with that sentiment. The purpose of the cover of a book is to catch your eye and get you interested. Well, there is that. The point of a cover is to catch your eye, to get your interest, to get you to read the song, like the blurb, the advertising blurb on the back of the book, and therefore get you interested in reading the book. So it's not to inform you, because there are plenty of book covers out there.
The paragraph on the back still technically the cover?
It's the back cover.
Yeah, but it's still the cover of the book. It's still there to advertise what the book is.
Yes. Technically, if you want to look at it from that angle, yes, you are correct. If you want to look at it from the back cover angle, yes,
I get to be correct for once in my life.
But at the same token, though, you're not judging the book by the back cover.
I mean, you judge whether you want to read it or not.
Is that the kind of judgment in the expression, though, never judge a book by its cover? Is that the same?
I mean, I can judge if I want people in my country or not based on the cover. I mean, that's what we're doing here, no?
It's like the whole thing with the expression "don't judge a book by its cover" is like you don't get the full story on the cover. The full story is in the context of the pages, not merely the cover. So the cover gives you an idea of what is contained within the book. That's where the whole expression comes into play. Is like when you look at the cover, front or back, you're not getting the full picture of what is in the contents of it. So that's why it's like I take a little bit of issue where it's like it's supposed to inform you about what the book is about when it's not.
The book
it's to
covers
spark
were the
interest
original
to get you
clickbait.
to delve in. You're not wrong, Rudy. You are not wrong.
For noticing his terrible behavior and judging him for it while pretending like he isn't responsible for his horrible reputation. I mean, consider this. He takes tremendous joy in absolutely terrorizing the villagers. I mean, there's an entire music video that plays at the beginning of the movie to demonstrate just how much Shrek loves scaring people. And not only is Shrek scaring Farquaad subjects, he kills them and eats them. I mean, he has a jar of eyeballs on his kitchen table and says,
"Oh my
shit, he's
That's
right."
dark, dude. That is so dark.
I forgot
Shrek
about
just
that.
murks people. He just kills them. He kills them and eats people.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the eyeballs on the table. Holy crap! Yeah, he's a terrorist. Shrek is a terrorist. He lied. He did.
It says that the jelly from human eyeballs is actually quite good on toast.
Keep in mind, we see him eating from this jar of eyeballs before the villagers show up, so you can't say that this was a reaction to them.
He did this multiple times.
Just playing with his food. It's rich that Shrek laments the fact that people judge him without getting to know him, yet he doesn't pay that same courtesy to other people. I mean, he repeatedly judges Farquad for being short, and he also judges Fiona because she didn't act the way he thinks a princess should act. Shrek is a massive hypocrite throughout this whole movie.
On top of that, Shrek destroys an entire kingdom just to get a crumb of mediocre Nookie Pop.
Can we pause this for a second? Can I just talk about how they're playing like Pokemon background music? Can I just like talk about that for a second? Oh my god!
Is that what's playing in the background?
Yes, it's Pokemon music.
It's the Gen 2
Celestium,
remix.
have at it.
Look, I don't know if that music even fits. What the heck is it? It just feels so like out of place. I'm just like, I'm listening.
It does
like,
not,
why
but I
is
vibe with it.
Dude, this is my brain is just. It's not here. You can continue whenever.
I've been vibing with the music. It kind of works.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious, dude.
Gets fat.
That's actually incredible. What did the movie mean by this? Well, in addition to all those bad things, Shrek is immensely selfish and has no regard for other people. Shrek gives Donkey a YouTube apology video only to get information out of Donkey. He doesn't mean that at all.
Well, he completely emotionally manipulates him because he is shutting Donkey down on every front in terms of continuing his friendship with him until he lets that slip, at which point he pretends to care only to extort that information out of him.
Right. You also gotta love...
By the way, that's true for like all the movies. He acts like he says Donkey is his friend, but he's like yelling and hating Donkey throughout like all of the movies. Every interaction between Shrek and Donkey is Shrek yelling at Donkey for doing something stupid.
Yeah.
That's like every interaction between them.
Yeah, he doesn't
He's
enjoy
only
his
nice to
company
him
at all.
No. The only time he's nice to him is if it's in service to the plot in that moment or he wants something from him. Otherwise, he basically, he just like kind of uses Donkey throughout all of the movies.
Not only is he a murderer, but he's a bad friend, and that's worse.
Yes. I would even go further and say he's not only simply a bad friend, he's a manipulatively bad friend. Because he manipulates Donkey the whole time.
I mean, also in the fourth movie, I think he goes on to resent his wife and kids.
Yeah,
like to the point where he finds away his life.
It's I think the plot point there with it's I don't know if it's resenting his wife and kids. I think it's kind of portrayed as he's kind of getting overwhelmed with like he has his wife, he's got like 4 kids, and he has no. They're painting it. I think they're painting it not as him
signed away his
them.
Kids out of existence. That's got to be worse than abortion.
He did.
They were already here.
Like they were trying to paint him as like the overwhelmed father, the midlife crisis thing. However, despite that, you're correct. He literally goes to Rumpelstiltskin and basically vanishes them into the ether to get some peace. And so, yeah, it's like they took that, a sympathetic midlife crisis thing, and Shrek is not a good person. He destroys everything that he encounters to achieve his own selfish goals. He literally destroys everything in his way.
Yeah.
The typical, well, guys, I messed up. Just typical YouTube apology video.
On top of that, Shrek doesn't even apologize to Fiona for eavesdropping in on her conversation with Donkey, on top of misunderstanding it because he didn't have the context of who she was speaking about. But instead of asking, he just soys out and leaves, goes and gets Farquad to fast-track the marriage. And in the marriage scene where Shrek busts through the doors to break up the marriage, he whistles to the dragon to come eat Farquad. And man, he is entirely in the wrong for even interrupting this marriage to begin with, just because he changed his mind last second.
Right.
And that dragon didn't even chew. He boiled alive in that dragon's stomach acid.
Yeah. Also, I will say, like, I don't think he whistled for the dragon. I think he whistled as a signal to Donkey, because Donkey was riding the dragon, phrasing. And I think Donkey directed the dragon in, and that whistle was just a signal to Donkey.
Either way, manslaughter.
Self-defense, but it's like if you invade someone else's home and then you...
Oh, No. I need to do a correction. That was manslaughter. That was flat out moida. That was
Accessory to
moida,
murder.
not manslaughter. He facilitated the murder because he knew. He knew what Dragon was going to do the minute she busted through that window. So when he whistled, it was with the intent of bringing Dragon in so she could, for Donkey to bring Dragon in so she could eat Farquaad. So both him and Donkey would be charged with murder. The Dragon would be the instrument. So just like any rabid dog, Dragon would be put down.
So
That's
the dragon
how
is just like a
pit
pit bull.
Basically,
Pit bull
yes.
dragon.
It would be the same. It would be the same. It'd be the same as if you owned a pit bull that you have trained to kill, and you sick that pit bull on just an average on a person you didn't like for the express purpose of having that pit bull kill that person. You would be arrested for murder, and the pit bull would be destroyed.
Like, Shrek is doing it in self-defense, but it's like if you invade someone else's home and then you proceed to engage in self-defense. You're wrong because you were in their house. You are in a place you do not belong. So the self-defense charge doesn't really work here.
I don't know, man. In some states, you have to ask them to leave before you can defend yourself.
You need to leave!
And I'm sure everyone watching this is familiar with the extremely famous line that Shrek has in this film, where he makes his little speech about how ogres are like onions because they have layers. But watching this as an adult, it rang so hollow because he simply just proclaims it and doesn't elaborate, but we're shown evidence to the contrary throughout this film. Throughout this entire movie, Shrek is bitter, he's selfish, he's mean to everyone, including Donkey.
Yes.
The only person he treats well is the one girl that he just happened to catch feelings for. So, while the movie tells us
he literally
ogres have
fits all the
layers,
stereotypes.
what we actually see is that they are exactly what humans see them as on a surface level.
This movie is essentially just telling us to ignore our lying eyes.
And the one selfless act that we do have to give Shrek some credit for is he does save Donkey from becoming Dragon's sex slave when they're rescuing Fiona.
Gosh.
Wait, no, hold up. Whoever said Donkey wanted to be rescued?
Yeah, this is
fair point.
Ever, please.
Look what happens in the future. Look what happens in the sequels.
They do canonically have
Could they get married? They canonically dead one another. They have crossbreed children or spawn crossbreeds. So who's to say that Shrek saved Donkey in the first place?
He could have just ruined the mood.
Who's to say that Donkey, like the dragon was obviously setting the mood. You just saw where she had put on lipstick, she'd done herself up, she lit candles, she was setting the mood. Maybe Donkey was into it. Maybe Donkey was fully consenting, and Shrek
didn't want to know,
unconsensually took him away from the person who would become the love of his life.
I glance over at chat, and someone says, "So Donkey likes a bad dragon."
No, okay, Chad, okay.
Exactly that comment is my 13th reason why.
I think it's time to take a break,
my chat.
Drink some bleach, and call it a night. Maybe a life while we're at it, actually.
We have a minute left. We are in home stretch. We have a minute.
Does not make up for how he treats him the other 95% of the movie.
By the way, what a wild thing to include in a children's movie. That scene was crazy subversive. Like, what are we doing putting this in a kid's movie?
Are you referring to where Donkey makes a comment that makes it sound like the dragon's giving him a little sloppy toppy?
Yes. He says, hey, what are you doing with that? It's like, what are we doing, man? This is bad. But genuinely, like, going back to the Shrek conversation,
bad dragon.
Genuinely, what conclusion are people supposed to draw when this is the sort of stuff Shrek does on a regular basis? People are totally justified for judging Shrek, and it gets even worse in the following movies. So if you guys want, and there's an appetite for it, I mean, maybe we'll look into doing a video on those at some point.
We've become hyper-aware of propaganda in modern media because a lot of today's writers lack any sort of subtlety to push their message without just beating you over the head with it.
Oh, look at their skin color.
I watch 90s and early 2000s media now as an adult, the more I can see the subtle propaganda that a lot of us missed as kids.
Right. The Rock goes so far back. Hollywood as a whole really has been pushing this for ages.
Reinforcing and normalizing a nation's people to embrace outsiders and give no care to things like border security is how you end up with Muhammad being the most popular name for newborns in the UK.
The Shrek movie
Holy
is a very
smokes,
valuable
dude.
lesson, which is
And by the way, it's been that way for the last 3 years. 2024, 2025, and 2026. It's true.
That we actually should judge a book by its cover, and that we're actually vindicated when we do so. As we said before, books are given covers for a reason, and we'd be very foolish to ignore them.
What an informative video.
Very, very much so. Chat, make sure that you go and give this video a view and a like, because clearly these two gentlemen are onto something.
They
Oh my
are.
gosh. Onto
Next,
the
we watched
loony
a video
bin.
about neo-Gastonism.